Everybody loves a good combination, whether it is peanut butter and pretzels or strawberry and chocolate. But do we want a combination when it comes to our smart home tech? And what I'm specifically talking about is a smart lock and a video doorbell. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this device here from Lockly to see if this combination is worth it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So I have been on the search for the best smart locks out there. I reached out to Lockly and asked if they could send this lock out for me to test out. And we're going to be following up this smart lock series with a best of smart locks. We'll be going through some of the different categories. So if you are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe for that. But this one right here is the Vision Elite Video Smart Lock. Now, I specifically asked for this one because it is quite unique. It is a smart lock that has a built-in camera and a built-in doorbell. So essentially, smart lock, video doorbell combined into one unit. Now, this one also has some extra features that we'll be diving into a little bit later, but I wanted to take a look at some of the features that it lists on its box. Right up here in the top corner, we see that it is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi compatible. We've got full HD, AI motion sensor, we've got night vision, the quick 3D fingerprint access, a doorbell with two-way audio, and solar enhanced charging. So right here on the front, we've got a solar panel, which is pretty awesome. I'm curious to see how well that's going to work because I don't get any direct sun on my front door. So we'll see if this can still charge up even if it's just a little bit. Flipping over to the side of the box, we see that this is compatible with Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant. Taking a look at the back here, we've got a few more features. We've already talked about our full HD and night vision. Let's see, we've got integrated memory, so it is going to save footage locally onto the device itself. We've got the Pin Genie touchscreen keypad. This is going to randomize the numbers on the keypad. Let's see, we've got motion alerts and tamper notifications, remote locking and unlocking, one-touch auto locking feature. We've got our advanced 3D fingerprint reader, quick swap lithium battery. So it comes with two lithium batteries. That's something that I love about this lock right here, is that we've got rechargeable lithium batteries. That is the only smart lock that I am aware of with rechargeable batteries. So I love seeing that. And then we've got our swivel solar power panel that swivels down and allows us to access a keyhole, which this lock is rekeyable. So you can use your old keys to rekey this lock and use your old keys. So now that we've talked about some of the features that this device offers, let's go ahead and see what comes in the box. All right, we've got a lot of stuff that came in this box. We have got a ton of materials here for getting started, user guides, manuals, a lot of stuff right there. Here is going to be the interior plate that's going to go on the inside of your door. And then here is also the interior side of the door right here. We have got our removable lithium battery with our extra one right here. That is just going to slip on there. And then we've got to take a look on our back. We've got our cables that we're going to be connecting. We have one here and then one tucked in right here. So just be aware of that. This is where the other one is going to be to tuck that in. This is going to be the outside of our lock. So we've got our solar panel right here. This does roll out. That gives us access to our keys. We've got our touch screen. We've got our Ring doorbell right there. We've also got our motion sensor, our camera right here. So everything that we pretty much need is going to be on this guy. Here's what it looks like on the back with our cables coming through right there. We'll get all that installed shortly. And then it looks like we've got contact sensors right here for probably that 9-volt battery if we need that. Extra battery. It's kind of cool because we do have plates. There are two plates here to let people know that this is a doorbell, so you can put that on your door. There's one pointing, oh, here we go, in each direction. So depending on which one you need, you can use that to let people know. Here is going to be the base to get it connected to Wi-Fi. Now, you do not have to connect it to Wi-Fi, and you do not need a smartphone to get this connected to Wi-Fi, but if you want to use those features, this is going to be it right here. We've got our Ethernet ports and power on this side. Here are the cables that come with it, Ethernet and power, and then we've also got a brick that came with it too. Here is the deadbolt. So it's pretty cool here with a deadbolt. I've never seen a deadbolt that has a cable with it, but if you align the red dot here with the strike plate that we're going to be putting inside and match those two up, it's going to be able to detect when the door is open and closed. So pretty cool right there. A little extra wiring, not much, but that is going to be a cool feature to use. We've got our extra screws and things right here that we need to get everything installed. A set of keys if you do want to use their keys, and then a charging cable right here. It's going to be USB-C to USB-A. and this is going to get the batteries charged up. So we take a look at the batteries right here and open this up. It's got USB-C charging for both of these batteries. All right, a lot of stuff to go over right there. Now that we have seen what comes in the box, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing installed, set up, and we're gonna start testing it out. Now, Lockly has their own install video for setting up the lock depending on your configuration, so I'm not going to add this to this video. You can go ahead and reference their videos when you want to get it installed. But now that I have mine installed, I wanted to go through the app and show you some of the features that the app offers. So here in the app, we've got our options for selecting property. You can select different properties if you have that set up. Obviously, I just have mine right here, and we've got our lock. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap on the lock, and we're gonna let it connect. So we have it connected. We can see that the option is that we've got a closed door that is locked. Now, just above that, that little green circle is our battery indicator. Now that is green, but it doesn't tell me a percentage of what that battery is. Even tapping on that, doing anything, does not help. I can't see the battery, which is unfortunate because I really want to know if that solar panel on the lock is charging at all. Now, I'm not getting direct sunlight on it. It is very bright in the area and it does reflect off the house, so I don't know if I'm getting maybe a trickle charge. Can't tell at all how low my battery is going down, which is unfortunate. I wish I could at least see the percentage of that battery. Now, I like that it gives me an extra battery to swap in when I need to, so I can have one fully charged and ready, but I wish I could see that battery percentage. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tap on the eyeball right here on the lock, and we're gonna load our lock up. So now we've got the video loaded up, and we see we have the options for the microphone on or off. We can hang up, so this is kind of like a phone call where you can have a two-way phone call with somebody. So you're talking, they're talking at the same time, which is really nice. And then we have got our option for unlocking the door. You can see right now it is locked. We can tap that to quickly unlock the door if we want to. So I can tap on the screen right here, and there aren't really any other options for the video right there. You can either see what's happening or you can't. So go ahead and hang that up. All right, now we're out of there and take a look down here at the bottom. So we've got a couple different options along the bottom right here. I'm gonna tap on logs. You can see up at the top here, it says downloading data from the lock. So it is actually gonna be pulling data from the lock and what's going on at the front door. And if you are not within Bluetooth range, it'll pull it from the cloud. So it does take a minute to load any new activity that's been happening since you've gone into the logs, which I found kind of interesting. But if we scroll down here, we can see different log history. So we've got locked by the app, unlocked by mobile device. Scroll down a little bit more here. Unlocked with the fingerprint reader. It gives my name down below that. So we can kind of see a history and a timeline of everything that is going on at the door, whether it is the door unlocking or motion that was detected at the door. So next on the bottom here, we've got our option for access. Now this was kind of interesting for me because I'm used to just setting up a profile and then going into that profile and giving any kind of access that I want to through that profile. It's quite a bit different this way. So I set up this access code profile for myself. Went in there, created myself an access code. Then I wanted to create a fingerprint scan for my profile right here. I wasn't able to do it through there, but I noticed up at the top, I can actually scroll across here at the top, and I found fingerprint up here. Now, if I click on fingerprint here, it creates a different profile for each fingerprint. So I've set up myself, I've set up my daughter and my wife. We all have profiles under fingerprints, but if we look at the access code, only I have an access code. So something that I thought was kind of strange, now I'm going to be managing several different access profiles for different access types. So something I wasn't a big fan of. Now I want to go into settings and show you just a few settings in here. We have got our lock name where we can adjust our lock name right here. We have got our camera settings. So for camera settings, you can set up auto recording. You can turn on night vision from here, either auto on or off. And then we've got full HD. That is the only option for our camera settings. So I was a little disappointed with that. There's no HDR on here. You can't set up record lengths or record times, at least that I found on here. I wish there were a few more camera options to be able to adjust through this lock right here. It definitely feels like this is a smart lock, that a video doorbell was more of an afterthought added onto here. So I would like to see more options in these camera settings. Back out of there, we've got our TF storage. That's going to be the local storage that is going to be on the hub that comes with the lock. So the lock does come with a separate hub that connects it to the internet. And in there is going to be your option for putting in the TF storage, which is essentially a micro SD card. We've got our push notifications. We have got our access codes you can set up, connection to hubs. I mean, you can see the rest of the different options right here. We've got rain mode, random mode. touchscreen audio. So if you do want it to play audio when you're tapping on the touchscreen, you can do that too. And then we've got options a little lower down for turning on notifications. If you want your auto lock timer to go off, you can have it every 5 seconds or disable it, customize it, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do for there. I'll set mine to the 5 seconds right there. You can set up time zones, reset the pairing, firmware updates, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, now that we have seen what you can do with the app right here, let's go ahead and test out the camera on the lock and see how that video and audio look.
All right, we are testing out the Lockly lock. This is a daytime shot. I'm standing directly in front of the door right now. So I want to give you an idea. If I were to come and say ring the doorbell right here, what it would look like as far as the angle of this camera. So now that we have taken a look at a day shot, so I'll even get right in front of the camera here. Now that we've taken a look at the day shot, we've got the bright house behind me. Let's go ahead and take a look at some night shots of what this camera is capable of. I'm standing right in front of the door, but with the infrared lights on, I'm assuming that a lot is going to be reflecting off that surface, so you're not going to be able to see me that well. I'm going to turn those infrared lights off and see if we can get a better picture from this. Okay, so these lights are completely off now. Hopefully you can see me a little bit better. I'm standing right in front of my door as if I were going to be answering it about arm's distance away, but here is what the lock can produce at night with no infrared lights at all, and I'll even take a step back so you guys can see it a little bit better.
Well, unfortunately, those demos weren't the best, but I also kind of blame it on my setup. So I do have that wall that is right next to the lock that's going to be reflecting any kind of infrared lighting off of it that just makes it no good for night shots. However, I still was able to see myself a little bit. Now, turning the infrared lights off altogether really made the footage useless. However, the daytime shots were kind of a hit and a miss. Sometimes they turned out really good. An example right here of me walking up to the door. I feel like it's nice and clear and looks good. Here's another shot here of my neighbor setting up, I guess, movie theater seating in front of my door. I'm not really sure why. But taking a look at some other shots, it seems that it has focused on the house behind us being the focal point of light, and now we are too dark in front of it. I wish that the camera had HDR built into it, where it would have focused on me for lighting and then also on the house behind it, because I really just care on the person that is in front of the door. Also, having the lockdown off to the side and me standing directly in front of the door as if I were anybody coming up to knock on the door, it doesn't give the best angle. So that is something that I would keep in mind when you are setting this up, is that this smart lock video doorbell is not going to be ideal for every situation. Unfortunately for me, it is not the best for my situation, especially with the walkway coming up to my door. But if you have more of a long walkway up to your door, a straight shot from your door, this is going to be a lot better of an experience for you. As far as the lock itself goes, I think it's wonderful. This is probably the only lock that I have used that has the fingerprint reader on it that has worked 100% of the time. With the other locks that I've been testing out in the past, even though they work pretty well, there are occasions where I go and I put either my thumb on it or my finger on it to unlock the door, and I'll get an error or a beep or something, so I have to do it again. This one, flawless. 100% of the time it has worked. It opens nice, it opens quick. So as far as the smart lock feature with this device, absolutely amazing. Now, if they could just improve that camera a little bit more, add some more features into it, HDR for sure, I think this would be a fantastic device. Anyway, what do you guys think about this device? Any questions that you have, leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to answer those for you. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you guys in the next video.